Okay, so now I have a car. I've had a car for a while, but I had to actually work on it. So I had to get dirty, and long story short, I'm mobile now. So what I need to do is find a way to take my original artwork and create good prints from them. So I got the name of, I went to the art gallery that I work with, and they gave me a name of another artist who does really good quality prints. And this is what I'm going to do now, is track down this artist and get some prints made. Okay, so I'm on my way to see if I can't. I gotta back out of my driveway. I probably shouldn't record and drive at the same time, so I'm gonna shut this off. Okay, unfortunately he's closed today, so that's not going to work. I went to a local thrift store, and I'm just becoming an artist right now. I don't have any money, so I went to a local thrift store and I found this color printer. I bought it for $6. The ink, however, cost me $80 Canadian. The prints that came out here is a picture of that I took. Now the problem with this is there are vertical lines or horizontal lines, running across the print. It looks okay, but you know. So here's an original art piece that I did, and here is where did I do with that? Here we go. Now here's a print off. It stops printing horizontal lines, and I'll be able to sell these prints. Okay, so what can I tell you? For the prints, I bought this paper. It is kind of like cardstock. It doesn't really have, it doesn't look like watercolor paper. But I'm thinking that with this printer I have, I can buy some thinner watercolor paper and run it through the printer, and it actually would look pretty good. But this is matte paper. It's Canon, because I want it to fit the printer pretty well. And as far as I know, it's archival, so it's going to last a long time. It's for pictures. It's matte, so it doesn't have that glossy finish that pictures have. So the way I think about it is I have to start somewhere. I don't have any money, so I only have a very little bit of money. So, and that's usually what I get coming in for food. So sometimes I have to sacrifice food in order to buy some materials that I need. You gotta do something like this, right? Well, that's how I see it anyways. If I want to become established, I have to invest in these things. So what I want to do is I want to sell these prints online. Anybody who's interested. And the last painting I did, which is this one, I'm getting some interest in it, which is good, but I want to improve that painting as well. Okay, so what I need to do in order to become an established artist is I need to publish my work out there. Picasso did it with magazines, and this is what I've learned to do from directions that I found on the internet. I want to become an established artist. These are the steps that I've learned you have to do. You have to publish something. So we have so many tools right now on how to publish. You have social media, you have websites, you have it's endless. We can create our own books now. today, this generation, this time, everything is at our fingertips. So I'm going to be using social media. I'm going to be using YouTube. I'm going to publish something out there that promotes my artwork. But more importantly, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be compelling. So I think, my philosophy, I could be wrong about this, and time will tell, but I believe that story runs, like we are so obsessed with story. So I think if you're going to publish something, you have to be compelling. It has to be a story behind it. So what I've chosen as, I guess, my story is the struggle to become an established artist. And I want to tell that story on how I am becoming established. So the struggles and the drama behind that, and everything that kind of goes in between. So I guess you have to have a villain. Any kind of great story needs a villain. Actually, I guess I would be my greatest villain. My own self-doubt, not being focused on what I'm doing, and maybe the everyday life can get in the way, and you can get so wrapped up into doing everything else besides art. You have to have balance, and I think maybe finding that balance is the way to. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you what my villain is. I'm going to. That's what story's all about. It's not about telling. It's about showing. Okay, so I am. I'm playing around with the printer. Playing around. I shouldn't call it playing around. I'm trying to come up with a good quality print. So this is the original painting, and this is the print. Now, I've adjusted it quite a bit from this is how it first came out to that. So this was way too light, so I had to darken it in Photoshop, and there was way too much red as well, so I lowered the redness in my printer. However, it's still not close to the original. Not close enough anyways. There might be a bit too much blue, and I'm losing some detail. So those are the things I have to work out with. I have to adjust those things. And every single time I print it off, I'm wasting more ink and paper. So it's very challenging. Okay, so I did some more adjustments because I lost some detail, and hopefully I toned down the blue. So far it looks like I have. I don't want it to fall. So far it doesn't look that bad. I definitely toned down the blue. But as far as being close to the original, definitely losing some information. It's hard. Okay, so what have I learned today? I learned that if I didn't take the time to work on my car, I wouldn't have been able to get the printer that I needed. I wouldn't have been able to go to the art gallery. I still could do those things because I can borrow somebody else's car. Unfortunately, sometimes they're using it, and I become a burden. So it was very, very important that I become mobile, especially here in rural Canada. Everything is way too far away. in order to do anything, especially if I want to save money, because I was able to find a good quality printer for very little money. Also, I learned that you can go, if you have the means, and if you have reliable people out there that can print your stuff, then do it. Unfortunately, they're not there when I need them to be there. Not yet, at this point anyways. So I really needed my own printer. Now, the other thing that I'm doing that I'm struggling with right now is my artwork itself and my abilities as an artist. Now, here's a piece that I did. Is it beautiful enough? Does it look nice? Am I saying the right thing? I'm putting myself out there, and to be scrutinized, to be judged. This is very difficult. We don't want to be judged. We don't want to be scrutinized, but I think it's important. If it's not selling, if nobody wants it, then maybe I should be judging my artwork more. Maybe I should be looking into what is beautiful, what is not beautiful. There are other artists in the past, in history, who've asked that same question. And I think that's one of the greatest struggles of artists. I mean, to be surrounded by beauty, to create beauty, that's part of it. But maybe that's not all of it, though. I'm not sure. I'm putting myself out there to do that. And if you're going to be learning from me, that's one of the things that you're going to have to struggle with, right? Is that you're going to have to go out there. You're going to have to put yourself out there. And it's scary. It's difficult. But I think that's what I have to do. There's no way around that. If I don't do this, nobody's going to see my artwork. I won't be able to sell anything. There was an outside artist that I heard about, Henry Darger. He was a recluse. He stayed inside of his little world, producing all of this artwork and story and everything. He died, and that's the only time when anybody actually discovered his artwork. And he said it was too late at that point. Like, people wanted to buy his artwork, but it was too late for him. He was dead. What good is that at that point? I could keep doing this, but what good is it when I'm dead? That doesn't make any sense. I want to live by my art. I want to be able to help my family. I want to be able to reinvest into myself. I want to do something that I love to do. And you should be, well, you want to live your life any way you want to live. People work to live, or they live to work. And if this is what you want, then you have to get yourself out there.